Hi guys, welcome back to Automobile Infos. Today we are going to test the different modes that are given in the B6. I'll be testing the power, the suspension, the steering feedback, everything. So to begin with, when you start the car, you'll always start in default mode. As you can see, there's a button here that directly lets you access the drive modes. So now, no matter what mode I put it in, the car will always start in default mode. And I don't think this is a very good idea because most of the times you forget what mode to put the car on. Some people have questions whether EV can handle water. Well, it's a cakewalk. So the default mode, it's actually one of the most balanced modes, to be honest. The steering feedback, the accelerator feel, the brake feel, everything is absolutely awesome. If you need to make quick overtakes like this one, it's super easy because the car gives you instant torque, and in default mode the torque is at the optimum level. So when this car was launched, the default mode was actually not given. There was only the everyday, the range and the race mode. So what was happening in everyday mode was that it had a lot of torque and people couldn't handle it when they pressed the accelerator. So default mode actually bumped down the torque a little bit to make the car more smooth and less torquey initially. And you can actually feel it here. So the next mode that you have is range mode. When you switch to range mode, you observe a couple of things instantly. First, the steering becomes even lighter. It's easier to steer. Although as you increase your speed, it does weigh up quite nicely. But still, this is way softer than it was in the default mode. So if you're driving in the city where you need to make sharp turns, then range mode is a good option. Another thing that you'll observe is that power is bumped down even more. So here, if I press the accelerator, it's still flying, but it's not flying with as much torque. So what happens in range mode is that the horsepower and the torque decrease a little bit. So it gives you more range. It also feels more car-like. Like in the race mode or in the default mode, this feels like a supercar. It actually feels very fast if you experience it once. Of course, it's not as fast as a supercar, but still, if you look at this budget, this is one of the fastest cars available. Even in range mode, a harsh overtaking is not an issue. Like if you want to make a quick overtake, you just press down the accelerator and you will actually go flying. So power is not an issue in any of these modes. About the suspension, actually I've been testing out these modes for a few days now, and honestly I don't feel a huge difference. Well, actually when I test drove the B6, the suspension was absolutely stunning, but this car and a lot of other owners have observed that the suspension is just not up to the mark. The rumble strips, it absorbs easily, but even slightly bigger bumps, you can feel them through your back, and the car has horizontal motion more than vertical motion. So vertical bumps, it absorbs really nicely, but it does move horizontally quite a lot. The range mode has a little softer suspension, so if you're going slow, then it is good. But generally, the suspension of this car behaves best when you're around speeds of 40 to 50. If you're driving very slow, then also you feel a lot, and if you're going very fast, then also you feel a lot. Actually, the car feels a lot more settled as you increase the speed. The next mode that we have is the everyday mode. So in this, you feel instant difference in the torque, in the accelerator. So you see, it's super duper fast, the everyday mode. This has the instant torque that EVs are famous for. And if we talk about the suspension, then it's just slightly stiffer than the range mode. The only noticeable difference that I can feel between the everyday and the default mode is the response of the accelerator. It's gotten a lot more sharp, it's gotten a lot more quick. You just need to press a little bit of the accelerator and you go quick. For the range mode, you need to press down on the accelerator a lot for it to go quick. The next mode is of course the race mode. Now this I do not recommend using in the city because even a slight touch on the pedal will mean that your speed jumps 10 kilometers per hour. And that can be risky in the city. And even if you're on the highway, the default mode is more than enough to make quick overtakes. The race mode is only for when you need to have fun, because the range in the race mode decreases, the suspension becomes a little stiffer. Although the peak speed that I was talking about, the 50 to 60 kilometers per hour speed, that is still the case here. Because at these speeds the car is super stable, and in the race mode the steering has become even stiffer, so you actually feel like you're driving a go-kart. You know that go-karty feel where you're super glued to the road, your steering is stiff and you feel like you have direct control with the wheels? That is how this feels. It's super awesome, the race mode, but it's only for when you need to have fun. When the custom drive mode arrives, you can actually customize the suspension, the climate, the steering, the brakes, the accelerator to your need. And I am actually waiting for that, because that will be a super interesting add-on to the already powerful BE6. The brakes also, I feel that they get a little more stronger in the race mode, although I can't comment on that because there is no evidence to prove it. Well, the next mode, it's not really a mode, but you get this snow mode. Of course, I haven't been in the snow with this yet, so I haven't been able to test it. But what my theory is that snow mode will actually increase the traction, it will make the car more stable. It will play around with the ESP and the traction only, and it will help you get out of mud or snow or whatever. So the snow mode can be engaged with any of these drive modes. In conclusion, if you're driving in the city, then range mode, default mode and everyday all are fine. But 9 times out of 10 you're gonna forget to change the drive mode every time before you drive. So default mode, it's pretty good. Suspension is softer in range mode. It gets a little more stiff in everyday, and then it's the stiffest in race mode. It depends totally upon your driving style. If you're someone who drives slow over potholes, then range mode would be able to handle it best, according to me. This is just my personal opinion. And honestly, what I've seen is that the BE6 has had multiple reviews for the suspension. Every BE6 is somehow behaving a little differently for everyone. So for me, if I remember, then I switch to range mode to drive in the city, but that only happens like 2 times out of 10. So I drive in default most of the times. Race mode I've only tested when I want to have fun with the car. I haven't used race mode as driving. It's just for a few sprints here and there, nothing more than that. You also get the boost mode here on the steering wheel, and I feel that the boost mode has even more power than the race mode. I will actually try to see if I can get some conclusive evidence on that. But I actually do feel that when you press the boost mode, the acceleration is quicker than it is in race mode. So to sum this video up, the BE6 gets multiple drive modes and they all have different use cases. The default and the everyday are not that different, and I feel that the inclusion of the custom drive mode will actually make a lot of difference. If you want to know updates on when the custom drive mode will come, then be sure to subscribe to Automobile Infos as it's going to come out really soon. And if you like this type of content, then please like the video, share it as much as possible, comment down below if you have any doubts, and I'll be really happy to answer them. Until next time, don't use the race mode in the city, have fun with your car, drive safe and have a happy journey.